Grief counselors are at schools in Montgomery County after a teacher was killed in a crash this morning.
New details tonight in the murder of a 7-year-old girl. Police arrest a man in connection with the case.
Several Lexington small business owners are speaking out following a minimum wage increase approved by the city council last night.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening to you. Police say she was on her way to work but never made it there. Tonight, a Central Kentucky community is remembering a teacher killed in a crash.
Police say that Sheila Baker died this morning when her van collided with a truck near the intersection of Highway 599. Baker was a teacher at Mapleton Elementary School in Montgomery County. Tonight, our Victor Puente shows us how the community is remembering her, and it's our top story at 5:30.
That crash killed a woman who's been teaching in Montgomery County since 2002. The people who knew her say it's a big loss for the students she cared for so much. Sheila Baker taught science at Mapleton Elementary.
As a school district family, our hearts are just absolutely broken. She was a wonderful, wonderful person and teacher, and beloved by so many of our students and staff.
Beloved because she loved her job.
And she told me recently that this job here at Mapleton was the best job she'd ever had because she had so much freedom to be able to do and teach the kids the things that she was so excited about.
The crash that killed Baker is still under investigation. The school system has counselors at Mapleton and Mount Sterling Elementary, where she used to teach.
You tell them the truth and what you know, and you don't. If you don't know something, you tell them that you don't know, and you validate their feelings.
Baker and her students had recently given a science demonstration to the school board.
She had a passion for teaching, and she had a way of working with students to make learning just so incredibly fun.
My granddaughter, who's in the 4th grade, last year came in from school saying, "Oh, Mama," said, "you should have seen what we did in science class today."
Sheriff Shortridge told us the driver of that truck and the 2 children with them were not injured in that crash. In Montgomery County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The coroner says Baker's body will be taken to Frankfort for an autopsy.
Tonight, state police have arrested a man in connection with the murder of a 7-year-old girl. Police arrested 38-year-old Timothy Madden this afternoon. They charge him with kidnapping, rape, sodomy, and murder. This comes nearly a week after Gabby Doolin disappeared from a football game in Allen County. Police found Doolin's body in a pond behind Allen County Scottsville High School. Madden is now being held in the Barron County Jail. Coming up at 6, we'll have more from a news conference with police about the investigation.
In Lexington, police are looking for a man they say tried to kidnap a woman. Police say that 36-year-old George Wade grabbed a woman and pushed her into his vehicle. It happened in a parking lot on Russell Cave Road Tuesday morning. Police say the woman was able to get away. Wade is wanted on active warrants for kidnapping and tampering with physical evidence. New tonight, Fayette County school leaders are investigating a threat and a rumor at 2 middle schools. They say a student found a threatening message in a restroom at Edith J. Hayes Middle School. And they say they're also investigating a rumor at Tates Creek Middle School. School leaders say that neither the threat or the rumor are credible and no students or staff are in danger. Tates Creek, though, did cancel an event as a precaution tonight. Police in Jessamine County are looking for 2 men involved in a carjacking. It happened at a Kroger gas station on Nicholasville Road last night. The victim told police that 2 men forced him into his car at gunpoint and drove him to the Kentucky River where they left him off. The victim then walked to a friend's house to get help. Police are reviewing surveillance footage now from the gas station.
Police in northern Kentucky are investigating a deadly crash. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Lewis County. Police say a car and tractor-trailer collided on the AA highway near Vanceburg. Police say a man was pronounced dead at the scene. Reconstruction crews had to shut down the road to clean up the debris. The victim's name has not yet been released. In Powell County, police are continuing an investigation involving the Powell County High School boys basketball team. The school district released a statement today saying the issue involves allegations of inappropriate behavior. School leaders say parents and players have been informed about the investigation. The school says after an initial investigation, it was determined state police needed to be involved. Police are continuing to interview with the people involved. And in Boyle County, a man accused of harboring vicious dogs has pled guilty to the charges. Chris Pope pled guilty to 12 counts of violating a city ordinance requiring dogs be kept in humane conditions in Boyle County. The Advocate Messenger reports as part of the deal, he relinquished control of 11 dogs and agreed to pay restitution, fines, and court costs, and will serve 90 days in jail. Police say he still faces charges in Lincoln County related to a dog attack that badly injured a woman over the summer.
If you're heading out to Commonwealth Stadium tomorrow night, make sure to bring a winter coat. We could be getting our first taste of winter weather this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking some chilly temperatures and even a chance for some snow.
Yeah, we've had it in the forecast every day this week, and I see absolutely no signs to change that as of now. Some snowflakes likely flying around this time or shortly thereafter tomorrow evening into parts of the area. Here's how we are starting that weekend out with temperatures that are dropping quickly through the 40s. Got a fair amount of sunshine for the better part of the day. Little high cloud cover coming on into town, but that dry air spells a big drop in temperatures, already down to 42 here at the station. Defender radar network, thicker overcast the farther north and northwest that we go. That is our snowstorm gearing up for the windy city of Chicago and Detroit. It's that same storm that will drag a cold front across central and eastern Kentucky tomorrow afternoon. And behind that, we're going to be talking about temperatures that take a big tumble. You're going to drop greater than 20 degrees, at least your thermometer will at some point tomorrow afternoon heading into the evening. The first flakes, a good possibility. And then we'll also focus on your Thanksgiving week. And I've got another big storm system that may impact travel as we get deep into that Thanksgiving week, guys. It's a busy 7-day forecast, and we'll break down the threat for some flakes in the hour-by-hour forecast in just a few.
Thank you, Chris. You'll soon see more state troopers on the roads. It's all part of a new program to help eliminate crashes on Kentucky roads. Operation RAID is targeting removing aggressive, impaired, and distracted drivers. Police say that 652 people have died on Kentucky roads so far this year.
After months of debate, the Lexington and Fayette Urban County Council voted to increase minimum wage. The ordinance would increase the minimum wage to $10.10 an hour over the next 3 years. WKYT's Mike Linden has reaction from businesses in a story that's new at 5:30.
Following a 3-hour meeting Thursday night, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Council voted to increase the minimum wage in Lexington.
I support this legislation because, on balance, it is the right thing to do. Those in our community who rely upon a minimum wage are long overdue an increase in pay.
Before the vote, nearly 30 people and several council members spoke both for and against the ordinance.
According to Lexington city leaders, the minimum wage will increase in 3 separate increments each July for the next 3 years. To $8.20 this upcoming July, $9.15 July 2017, and finally $10.10 in July 2018.
At CD Central on South Limestone, owner Steve Barron says in his 20 years of business, all of his employees have made more than minimum wage.
We've always paid a bit above minimum, and a lot of people who work here have been here for several years, and they've gotten raises over the years. So we're not really a minimum wage employer.
At Morris Bookshop on East High Street, owner Wynn Morris says his employees also make more than minimum wage.
It really is about your staff. It's about the face-to-face interaction, the customer service, the knowledge that they come to.
In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
The ordinance is scheduled to go into effect in July, but there is a case before the Kentucky Supreme Court that could decide whether cities can increase minimum wage on their own.
Millennials grew up with the rise of technology and in the middle of the Great Recession. And that's why many financial planners see them embracing money-saving apps. Today, we'll show you why everything you need to get started is likely already in the palm of your hand. Bill Connolly is really watching his budget right now. He's set to move from New York to L.A. next month.
I at least like to know how far I'm overstepping my bounds.
That's why he downloaded Mint. It's an app that tracks how much money you have, how many bills you have coming your way, and lets you set savings goals.
You can set up alerts. If I say that I want to budget to only spend $100 a week on food, and it shows that I spent $300 this week on food, it can email me and say, what are you doing? Reel it in a little bit.
Dan Swabble is a millennial who tracks workplace habits for his generation. He sees apps becoming the popular way millennials save money, manage their budget, or even invest.
Millennials could be using multiple banks, multiple credit cards, and these apps basically facilitate the exchange of all this information and centralize it in one app.
The app Level Money will keep track of your budget and give you a look at how much money you have left to spend each day, week, and month. Acorns takes your spare change from your linked credit and debit card purchases and then rounds it to the nearest dollar. That change is then invested in 6 different funds.
It actually is an incentive for millennials to start saving because it's a little bit each time.
And millennials like Connolly think the apps allow him to save money by alerting him in real time.
I would forget to put money into savings, or put it into an investment portfolio if there wasn't some technology doing it for me.
Allowing him to make a move now while planning his financial future. Before downloading the apps, know that most require users to link their credit cards, checking accounts, and other highly personal information to their accounts.